Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the space. Hope you guys are doing pretty good. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going pretty good for you. Um, so today, I wanted to do a bit of a collective reading, see what's going on in the energy. Probably don't know. I try my best to keep this a little short, but do a little bit of a collective reading. Um, See how you're doing. We're gonna be looking at that with the Prism Oracle. Hold it up right. The Prism Oracle. Well, this has faded so much since when I began this whole thing with you guys. It was super shiny, but nonetheless. Prism Oracle, clarifying with the Hermetic Tarot. Oh shit! Ten of Pentacles at the bottom. I dig it. What's some of that? With the Ten of Cups. Very nice. Okay, and I just got this deck. My sister got it for me, as many of these decks in here. Bless up. I don't have the physical book for this. I can probably find it, but it'll take a minute. But I'm just gonna pull one from this to start off with, and maybe I'll look for the book, maybe not. But either ways, I mean, like the digital book, 'cause I don't have a physical book, which I would love, which I'll get soon. Nonetheless, let's get started and see what's up. It's gonna be a past, present, future. And let me just start with let me start with this one. Sort of an unboxing too. Kind of fun, kind of fun. This is the Jesus Christ. This is the Wild Unknown archetypes, and it's a very tiny version, so not that hard to not as hard to shuffle as the big version. Pretty cool, pretty fun. All right, let's see. What do we have for the collective from the Wild Unknown archetypes? Like nothing initially jumping, which is weird because it was just talkative like a second ago. Okay, maybe I'll. Uh-oh. The seed. I feel like that's gonna have something. What's on the bottom? The maiden? Again, I don't have the book, so I'm just having to like feel, think. Maiden's number 8, which reminds me of strength, so it feels like a lot of strength. With the seed here too, it's like maybe you're starting something, and there's a lot of strength involved. A lot of, I forgot to turn off notification. Anyways, distraction. So maybe you are like, you've got something started, something growing, and there's like no room for distraction. Yeah, that's. Sorry about that. No, holy shit, right? Like no room for distractions. So something you're really like you got your mindset on, or no, don't answer. Don't. Okay. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. No time for distractions. Because maybe you're birthing something with the maiden too. It's like something that's really powerful that's coming through. Excuse me. Let's move forward. I can't believe all this is. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Anything else? It feels like they're covering something up in that. So what I just feel with that is like protecting something that you're nurturing, putting together. Right. Okay. So let's start off with the Prism Oracle. Oh wow, abundant at the bottom. Looks like a bunch of seeds too. Looks like a bunch of seeds. And something that obviously would grow into like, multiple things. It was like imagine like a flower and all like the buds, the pollen, you know? Okay, so let's see. I just saw space, and on this I saw the bardo. So maybe just like an in-between space. Like you know those void and course moons where it's like an in-between space, or just like a productive pause, a pregnant pause. Very interesting. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for the collective in the past? We've got rejection. Very interesting. Something happened with me in the Prism Oracle. We had a good relationship, and all of a sudden, with these last few readings, they just wanted to throw me a bunch of these kinds of cards. I'm like, what's going on? What the hell's going on? But it's making me, like, I always see this card now as like a crossroads for sure, with this point in the middle. So coming to a point, maybe dealing with a situation not going your way, or maybe coming to a crossroads where you have to make a decision. And when I think of crossroads, I think of like work. I like did this truck thing because I thought about like crossroads and like spiders for some reason. Really gross. Sorry. I'm not a big fan. But and I see the layers here too on this X. So currently, maybe not while you're watching this, but currently we've just gotten, this is June 3rd, we've just gotten out of Mercury retrograde. So if you've possibly been dealing with any X's or any big decisions, crossroads, maybe X's at work, maybe there have been work relationships, your relationship to work, a big decision with your relationship to work. But with rejection, it just feels like maybe a situation not going your way, a way that you wanted, but it went a way that you needed. Now I'm thinking of, can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And I feel like this is exactly that situation. So let's see what we got in the present. I was almost about to be like the present and then transformation, because I don't know if you saw the last few readings, but that's exactly why I almost like fell asleep for so long, because those readings were a lot, and they were kind of fun though. So I was almost about to do it again. So if you want to see those again, maybe I'll do it again, because those were fun. But y'all can't transform too much. That's a lot. Let's see. What do we have in the present for you guys? Okay. These are all upside down. Excuse me. A bunch flew out and they're like, I can't tell which one's right side up and which one's upside down. So I'm having to like fix this. There's so many, and I feel there's so many disruptions within this reading, I would say. And I would say that reminds me of like a disruption, possibly maybe a disruption within your life that's causing you to have to shift your perspective. Because here's, see what I'm doing, I'm having to like shift these into a you know, Jesus. And now they're kind of working. Okay. So, what do we have for you in the present? Protection. Whoa, this is weird. I don't know what reading it was, but this same thing kind of happened where it was rejection and then protection. Where I was like, rejection, they obviously rhyme, but rejection is your best protection. So again, right, you're in something where it's like you didn't get what you wanted, but you got exactly what you needed, and what you needed locked you up, it aligned, not locked you up. What if you maybe did the wrong thing, it could have, I don't know, I'm not going to say that because it feels, just stay out of trouble. You know, like that kind of trouble. You can get into the right kind of trouble, the good kind of trouble, but like not that kind of trouble. Please. protection. I feel a contract here for some reason, but then also I feel just like, now I'm hearing hard times, and that also feels like, so in the present, sorry, it could just feel like a darker space. Balance. Okay, so right. Maybe you're feeling of two minds on something. Maybe you're feeling of two minds on something, or maybe you're just like, you could go one of two ways. You could have two decisions. You could have two realities you could possibly live out. You know and what it feels like is you're balancing. It feels multiple things, like you're balancing like all aspects of yourself, so you're not like just being one version of yourself, you're not being a higher version or a lower version, you're integrating it all. You're being like a good positive person, but you're also acknowledging like your shadow, like your deeper, darker parts, and you're putting it all into one part of you. You're balancing it out. You can't just be one or the other. Like, you can't just be all light or all dark, but you gotta have them both. But then also I feel like it's just like you're choosing how you want to live, and that's putting you into a balance. But like, while you're doing that, while you're figuring that out, you're being protected. It's a lot from the Prism Oracle today. Like, it's not simple. So again, with like this, I see the layers. It feels like this could be a very complicated sort of thing right now, but it can be, and it is being made pretty simple, I believe. There's anxiety that's flying out. I don't know what this anxiety is about. But the anxiety card looks like it has a bunch of macaroni, I'm noticing now. So maybe just like, why macaroni? Pasta? I don't know. It's weird. It also looks like something, and I was going to say something under a microscope. Like, the anxiety card looks like something, like a bunch of, like, it looks like if you took a microscope to something. So maybe you feel like you're under a microscope, like you're under a serious watch. Under examination. Like you're being watched by someone or something important, but also being protected at the same time. So it's about peace. So it's about working together, I think. Let's see. What do we have in the future? I forgot. I have to give you advice. So what do you have in the future for you guys? Cleanse. So cleanse and growth, that's a very nice flow. It works well together. So, and these circles here, completing a cycle of this is a really healing cycle. Then also I feel like something like like something that feels complete, like you feeling whole and complete again, right? Like you see these two, like you're choosing the right sort of reality that's healing you. Because I see this growth here too, and this is like right behind where the flower is right there. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So cleanse too. With cleanse, I feel a bit of the rebirth. So this could be a very nice rebirth for you, because it's like coming out of the water, coming out of the water. And I'm not saying that this is your law or whatever, but I'm saying that a lot of times you hear water is like it's science. Water is where life originates a lot from. Like a lot of life can originate from water. So it's like, it feels like the ashes of what you last were buried deep into some sort of a water, and the life from that is now being brought up. And it was forming within that water, and you were forming again, like, within a womb, you were forming within that liquid, that water. And now it's sort of rising up out of it as the solid object that you are. And you're a pretty tough solid object. This is pretty nice. It's just like whatever rejection, whatever you dealt with, whatever decision you dealt with, you had faith with, even within this darkness, that this seed would, oh, and that looks like a fucking seed right there. It's pretty nice. It would grow into something else. And I just lost the growth card, but you know, it was there. It was there. And what do we have for the advice? Before we move on really quick to the, oh, very interesting. Pain. And this one was what I got when I like did the pre-shelf, and I was like, pain. Like I said, the Prism Oracle's been treating me weird. Not weird, but just like there's so many heavy topics with it. It used to be very different, and it's doing a lot of this now. So pain. It's a red, so it's about getting to the root. Getting to the root of any pain that you may feel. Getting to the, and I'm thinking of like a root canal now. Sorry, hate it. So some of you could be dealing with that. Best of luck, praises, and no pain, I pray. But with pain, it's just definitely, yeah, like, getting to the root of it, maybe talking it out, discussing it, talking it out with people who understand the same roots, talking out with people who maybe understand that same pain, writing it out. Let's move to the clarification with the hermetic tarot and see what we've got with that. Because with pain, it definitely feels like, I feel like a community that might understand your pain. And it's funny too, because we're in June. We're in Pride Month, so it's like there's also that demographic where it's like if you want to find people, your community, to discuss the type of pain that you've been through, there might be a better sort of an outreach, especially within this month, for any one of the, you know, LGBTQ plus community. But stuff like that, just even if it's a different topic, to find your community that understand those root pains, that can maybe talk to you in a way that they, you know, in a way that they would understand you the way you understand you. And then getting back to yourself to discuss that pain with yourself, so you can get a full, rounded view of what that pain is, you know, and cleanse it out of you. And the short version, it's like, you know, your toothbrush meets the toothpaste, and all of a sudden you got clean teeth, because those two come together. They understand the root issue, and they're working together. You know, I feel like that's the best way I could do that one. Let's see, what do we have with rejection? Rejection in the past. Oh, we've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah. So it definitely feels of the heart. I see the crab, so I think of Cancer, so I think of the home. So it could have, I feel, this is really strong, but I'm feeling like I need to say it's like some sort of like a rejection from someone who may have made you feel like closer to your body. So feeling rejected from that person or situation made you feel like you were rejected from your own body, you know, where it's like your home, or it's like where it's like someone feels like home. So it's like when you feel rejected from them, you feel rejected from your own home, even if it's like not physically true, you know. It's like emotionally within your body you can feel rejected from someone and feel like you've been cast out of a home, like you've been cast out of your own body. I don't know if that's making sense, but that came through for sure. And with rejection and the Queen of Cups, it feels like learning to own your own cup again, definitely. How to own your own heart. And then I see with this card, I love these cards too, because they give you a little bit of astrological like info. And so there's one piece of Gemini and then 2 pieces of Cancer on this. So it's like the deacon. So it's pretty cool, because it feels like with the first deacon of it being Gemini, it's like coming into an understanding of how to communicate. And not just communicate, but with Gemini, the polarities of communicating. So being sweet and open, but also learning how to really cut something off when it's not for you. And that's a small piece of the Queen of Cups that people don't, that's not really talked about, but that Gemini piece is important, because the queen, that is what keeps the Queen of Cups in balance, where it's like, oh, I'm sweet, but also I've got the boundary. And I think that's what you've been dealing with. And that crab is on that cup. So maybe also you could have seemed a little bit crabby within this, or maybe you could seem like, I'm feeling this, like you pinch. People could feel pinched by how you're expressing yourself now. Maybe this decision, maybe this crossroads, this rejection, maybe you did the rejecting. That's what I'm feeling now, and it could be just really in service to your own heart. Either way that goes, it's something that's really important to your heart, and you've really grown. With the Queen of Cups, you've really grown in a sense of like protecting your own heart, you know? What do we have with protection? The Two of Swords. I don't know what's underneath. The Five of Swords. Yeesh. But I'm okay with the Two of Swords here, because that's what it feels like with this. Like, that's it. We're back on that two element. So, again, like I said, with this being of two minds, definitely maybe like having to, like, so maybe with the Queen of Cups and the Swords, it's like definitely like maybe you feel emotionally attached to something, but you also know logically one way you should go. So maybe it's like you have your emotions and you have your logic. They both matter, and they both have something to teach you. So don't discredit either one of them. But with Libra here too, and the Two of Swords, it reminds me of relationships. So your relationship to yourself, it's like the best way you can usually figure out which way to go when it comes to your mind and your heart. A lot of people can sometimes think, oh, well, how's this going to affect them, or how's this going to affect such and such, or like, not a lot of people, but sometimes a thought can come, like when you're thinking about how you're going to do something, you sometimes can think about how someone else might react to what you're doing. But usually when you want to come into like a good decision thinking mode, or like you want to come into a balanced place, you think about your relationship to yourself. It's like, what would I do for myself? Because obviously you can also think about what would I do for someone else. Like that, again, is valuable too. But if you're not thinking about yourself as well, then the entire equation is like messed up. So it's like, think about the other, but like, what you're doing right now is you're thinking about yourself, I feel. Or at least, like, because this card is interesting because they call it restored peace, or peace restored, with the Two of Swords. So it's like you're protected, your peace is restored, because you're thinking about other people, and you're thinking about yourself. I think what you need to do is you need to find a good space to be with yourself, and I think it's so important for not just you, but for other people, even if they don't understand that. I think it protects other people and it protects you as well. I think there's such a dual energy within the present, and it's all about space and peace. Because I think it's important for your cleanse in the future. The Two of Swords, you could also be not communicating with people right now. But again, it's like, it's for reasons of peace, it's for reasons of balance. There's a moon here too, so it could be with your emotions. With the moon, it could be with balancing your emotions and your, this could be, you could be going through a cycle where you've got a major emotional, it feels okay with the Two of Swords and protection. Yeah, it's like these twos, it's like you've got a major emotional breakthrough and a major mental breakthrough going on right now, and you're having to balance those two out right now, and that's why there's so much protection that's needed, and that's being given out. And I think that as long as you keep a level, balanced relationship with yourself, you will keep a level, balanced relationship with everyone that you come across. What do we have with cleanse in the future? Oh, okay, yeah, because the two energies coming out for sure. The Two of Cups with cleanse, that's cute. Now, could be a relationship, 100%, because they wanted to jump its ass out. So, could definitely be a relationship. That's that full complete circle. So it reminds me of a ring. Could be a commitment. But what I definitely also see with the Two of Cups is just definitely a beautiful relationship. Again, a beautiful relationship with yourself, because these these two whales are. It's like just imagine like, again, being of two minds. So like the relationship with yourself. Like people don't talk about it enough, but you have a relationship with yourself. You write. When you talk things out with yourself, when you feel things out with yourself, it may not be a physical person, but it's an aspect of yourself that you're having to. It's multiple aspects of yourself, like your mind and your heart, having to come together, stuff like that. So it's like this. It's that aspect, and it's also reflected, I feel, in like close relationships closest to you, siblings, um, extended family, stuff like that, like friends, best friends, maybe people you haven't seen in a long time, maybe because like retrograde, maybe since we're going a little bit direct now, since this is June 3rd, praise be, I think that's, wait, some of these things from the past that are maybe ex relationships that maybe have grown could show up, but also I'm feeling more so it's like relationships you maybe haven't just seen in a while, and that you actually value, not the ones that are like, you know, detrimental to you. Not those unless you've grown, and that's good. That takes step by step time process. Like take your time with that kind of stuff. But this is definitely such a beautiful time. Just coming into wholeness with the relationships closest to you, and maybe definitely since it again jumps out so quick, it feels like a beautiful like relationship on its way on the shore, looking right at you, coming straight towards you. Venus, and you're gonna value it so much. So with your advice being pain, what do we have with pain and the advice? I got about 3 cards. Saw 7 swords, saw 3 of swords. That's 10 of swords. What just fell? God. I think it's judgment. I can't reach it. Okay. Yeah. Judgment with pain. It's the decisions you make. It's more than that. It's the unit, and this is because it's a huge card. The universe is wanting to recognize the pain that you've been put through, the pain that you've been through, the pain that maybe you put yourself through as well, but the pain that has been put upon you definitely without, your doing. And the universe wants to acknowledge so strongly the pain that you've been through. But within this also, it's definitely the universe saying that your awareness and your strength that you've brought yourself to at this point, you have to realize that the decisions that you make are still up to you, and what comes out of it, what comes out of you with this Cancer energy, what comes out of you and in your body, your home, what you do with your vessel, what you do with yourself, what you do with the seeds that you grow, your decisions that you make, they are up to you, and they determine the decisions you make. They determine who you are. So even if there is pain, you have to rise. I don't want to say that because I was going to say you have to rise out of it, but not just you have to rise out of it, but it would be best to rise out of it for the honoring of yourself and the people that you care about, but mostly yourself. You deserve the success of great decisions, even though you've been through a lot of pain. You deserve that success because you are a great person. I'm assuming. I'm definitely assuming. But I believe that. Wow, that's beautiful. But there's so much pain. There's 9 of swords. It's the end of this cycle. There's a very tough mental cycle it feels with balancing mental and emotional, and it's coming to an end because you're working so hard and you're making the right decisions. Right, it's coming to a balance. The 6 of Pentacles, things are balancing out for you. And the Pentacles, because you're putting in the work physically. Not just physically, of course, but on this earth, you're spending time, you're spending energy. Even if it isn't like you getting up and doing something, you're spending energy within this physical like plane, and that's really important because you're taking a lot of what you're learning and you're putting it into this world, and what happens with that and exactly what happens with that is it'll come right back around to you, which is what we started in the beginning with the seed. You put that seed out and you take what you learn and you think that this is a seed, and then it'll come into you, and then actually you'll do some work on the inside, bring it back out, and then that'll be the seed. This is the idea, the vision, the juice, and then this becomes a seed, you know. And that is exactly what you're doing, because when you put that seed out there, it comes right back to you with growth, with balance, with harmony, with stability, with this. This is nice. This is very nice. You guys are on your way to some beautiful growth and stability, and oh yeah, material success, material girls. This is beautiful. I prayed that you guys in like you're making some great decisions, and you've got a nice, it looks like a beautiful relationship on its way. So I pray that you guys get through this in the least bumpy way as possible. That's the best. Yeah, I could say it, and that's a good way to say that, I think. Either ways, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. I hope you stick around. Like, share, subscribe. Share it with anyone. Like it up. Comment. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if this helped. I hope it did. And either ways, hope you guys have fun, and hope you guys have a good day. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.